Here we are in Livermore, California at Livermore Rod and Gun. Very excited to present to you a LiDAR demo never ever seen before. What we're showcasing today is the Foresight M product. This is an active, intelligent LiDAR system. Whether it's our partners or our customers, we're able to meet a variety of use cases by instructing our LiDAR through software to trade off range, resolution, or refresh rate. We always like to push the envelope of our LiDAR system and try new things. So we wanted to come out on site, capture and track a bullet. It's a 45 caliber bullet, traveling at roughly 800 feet per second. We're using a 22,000 frame rate scan pattern to capture it. So we wanted to show a few things by doing this bullet demo. The first was you can use an off-the-shelf Foresight M, the same one that our customers and partners use today, to optimize for any use case, including tracking and capturing bullets. And then if you have an active LiDAR system like ours with intelligence, we can feed better input to a vehicle. The vehicle can then make smarter decisions and then improve the safety of the vehicle itself.
We architected our system like a military system with great flexibility and high performance. The analogy I like to use is a fighter jet has a performance envelope. It can go very fast on supercruise, on afterburner. It can have very long range, but it can't do everything simultaneously. And the reason it has a large envelope is there's a lot of different missions. And as we started out early on in the company in its founding in 2014, we realized that automotive autonomy has many different scenarios. For example, if you're in a crowded city, you've got pedestrians, lots of cars moving around, bicycles, construction workers. That's a very different environment than if you're on the 4-lane freeway. On a freeway, you do need to get velocity quickly because you have to sense and react. In a dense urban environment, you're probably more concerned about the frame rate, speed and so forth. The sensor can do all these different functions. It's the exact same sensor. The only thing that's different is the software that is chosen under user control to execute these different functions. The analogy to a fighter jet would be it's a joystick that you can kind of toggle and get different functions.
Oh, wow. Excellent. Right on.
We're going to go out to a runway because it's the largest unobstructed area that we can come up with, that we can look at those targets without any obstructions and follow it all the way from the start all the way to the other end of the runway.
Here in Byron doing a 1,000-meter test, many sensors today claim distances of 200 or 300 meters, and while that's impressive, we want to show the industry that sensors have improved, we've progressed as well, and that for really detecting objects at distance, 1 kilometer should be the benchmark.
I've got the car on my left, which is the Bolt, at 1,018 meters. And then I've got what I assume is the Sprinter van on the right-hand side at 1,017.9 meters. We're seeing everything that we're expecting to see.
Yeah, that's actually insanely accurate because, he probably is maybe an inch closer to you than I am, which is, kind of crazy. 118 versus 117.9.
It's an exact 1 meter by 1 meter target, and we're going to put it at this distance, count the number of dots on it, and then from there be able to radiometrically look at the number of detections that we should get. And from there, we'll be able to determine whether we can get that 1,600 points per degree on that target.
We can go in and take a look at the number of detections that we're hitting on it, and you can see how dense of resolution this pattern is. Yeah, this is honestly one that we have to do after the fact because there's so many detections on it.
Yeah, I'm not going to count these. I wasn't going to try.
So for 0.025 degrees, we can get as tight as 1,600 points in 1 square degree. Most sensors today are right around 100. So that's an interesting benchmark that we're setting in this space.
So our human eyes, we do this very naturally. We see something coming in through the peripheral of our vision, we're able to then look towards it. And that ability to do this in real time is giving us that extra capability to react to that brick in the road, or to be able to observe that lateral entrance of something that's very fast, potentially a dog, a kid, cars. Those are things that are very important to see instantaneously, not waiting for 5 or 6 more frames to go through. And we can also have someone walk in front of it so that you can verify that we're doing this live here.
Yep, that's a good idea.
And I can do it with, I can even show 10 frames, and because it's so fast, it will be perceived as the exact same thing to the human eye. Yeah, actually it's running a little bit faster. I just realized it's about 240.
Go ahead and put that glass in front. Do you see anything change in the point cloud?
Matt, did you see a difference? Did you able to notice when he put the glass in front of it?
I was not able to notice.
So the traditional LiDAR makers, they basically send out a light pulse, and that send is in the same path as the receive. And so what ends up happening is, like if you take a flashlight and you go up to a dark window and you flash it, you're going to see that bounce back. And that basically blinds the receivers.
So because our transmit and our receive paths are separated, we don't deal with the internal reflections that many coax systems or transmit and receive aligned systems struggle with today.
Now we can look through that windshield, still see all the examples that are out in the world, and have a great return on those. You can actually have this so it's integrated into the car, invisible, and still maintain performance.
I'm pretty impressed with that density at 200 meters.
Yeah, I am as well. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, even just looking at the visualizer right now, like you can see things back there.
We can see the cars going out there and the truck.
Yeah.
It looks like the truck's on the right.
Oh, that's funny. I can see the 2-3 where you guys are at in the LiDAR point cloud. That's pretty cool. Do you see this, guys?
Something on the ground?
How far is that 23 away from you?
That is 150 meters. Yeah, I can see the 23.
Yeah, I see it.
But it's about 100 meters from the LiDAR.
150.
150 meters from LiDAR. Wow.
I honestly, as a human, I cannot read it from here. All I see is just a white blur of paint. I'm actually super impressed myself. This is cool, guys.
Yeah, it is cool.